Hi everybody, welcome back to Call of Duty Vanguard, and in this video I'm going to share the settings I use for the new Call of Duty, including my controller sensitivity settings and a little bit of advice about that. And this may well be useful for people who are new to Call of Duty and maybe you're struggling a bit, or maybe you're a veteran who's coming back and just needs a little bit of a refresher. So without further ado, let's press the options button on our Xbox or PlayStation and let's go into it. So here we go, controller. There we go. So this is very low. You may well say, you're saying 3, Rob? Are you a noob? I thought you'd been playing Call of Duty for a while. Well, I have. But I'm kind of the school of thought that a lower sensitivity is often a lot more accurate, especially if you're an old fella like me who's pushing 50. So if you find yourself struggling with accuracy in Call of Duty or any other game, for that matter, please make sure you reduce your sensitivity, and you may well find it makes you more accurate. Now, I've also been sent a Thrustmaster Joypad, which I found is incredibly sensitive. So normally I would run on 4, but running on 3. And I will be pushing it up to 4 fairly shortly. However, when you are playing around with your sensitivity and you make an adjustment from 3 to 4 to 5 to 6, whatever, when you've made that change, make sure you stick with it for several hours. Play for several hours to allow your fingers to build up that muscle memory so you can get used to it. Don't chase your sensitivity up and down, blaming your inaccuracy on the sensitivity being set wrong. It just means you need more practice rather than changing the sensitivity. Excuse me, just had a can of Coke. Right. Sensitivity multiplier set for 1 for everything. Sensitivity per zoom off. I use the default layout. I'm inverted because I'm that sort of person. Aim response type linear. You'll have to again go with what you prefer. I've set my response curve to linear for the last few Call of Duties. Seems to work for me. This means that there is a direct correlation between how far I move my stick and how fast my aim moves. Some people like a more logarithmic response curve. So try one, try standard, try dynamic, but stick with it. And I'd always recommend you test these settings in a game against bots, easy bots, just so you can run around and you can see what works for you. Controller vibration off. You don't want any distractions. Weapon fire threshold off. I just want to pull the trigger and I want it to fire. ADS sensitivity transition timing instant, and sensitivity multiplier 1. Preset loadout. Controller orientation up. Left trigger dead zone 10. Right trigger. You don't really need to mess around with those, so that's how far you've got to pull the trigger before your gun fires. Left stick and right stick input dead zone. I'm not sure what the default values are, but I tend to have mine on 10. If you have it too low, you'll start getting stick drift and you'll start to aim without moving. 10 seems to work for me. And 99 for the top ones. If we go over to gameplay, target assist, I'm actually using the Black Ops target assist. So what this does is as you're aiming towards someone and you're moving, maybe you're strafing left and right to get on target, or maybe you're turning left and right to get on target, your character will slow down slightly as they go over the target. This is what aim assist is, and different Call of Duties can do it in different ways, and I found the Black Ops one seemed to work best for me. There's not that much really difference, I don't think, between default and Black Ops. Again, it's a lot of his personal preference. Try one, stick with it for several hours and see what works for you. ADS aim assist is just for campaign and zombies. Weapon mount activation, ADS and melee. So when you come up to an edge or a windowsill, I just aim down sight and I click with my right stick, and then I mount my weapon to get reduced recoil, and then I move to get out of it. Depleted ammo weapon switch on, so I run out of ammo. I'll switch to my pistol. Blind fire on. All of the rest of this is automatic sprint off. Auto move forward off. Sprint cancel reload on. So the idea is that if you ooh, what happened there? Sprint cancel reload. There we go. So the idea with this is that I've got that really bad habit of reloading when I've killed someone, which often means when their mate comes around the corner, they kill me straight away because I'm reloading. And when I've got bullets left in my gun, so by having this on, it means that if I do that bad habit, which I'm trying to get hold of, trying to get rid of, I can just go to sprint or stop reloading, and then I can shoot them with the bullets that I've always got enough bullets left in my magazine. I just have this thing about always having a full magazine. Sprinting door bash on. Slide behaviour hold. You might prefer taps, up to you. Tactical sprint behaviour toggle. So again, click, and then with tactical sprint, not hold down. It really hurts your thumb to have to do that. Aim down sight, hold, of course. Equipment behaviour hold. Steady aim behaviour hold. So when you're aiming down sight, click in and hold in your left stick, and your character will like hold their breath. Weapon fire behaviour hold. Interact reload behaviour. This is interesting. So at the moment mine is set to tap to reload, because in Vanguard multiplayer we're not doing that much looting. You're not doing much picking stuff up. I mean, you might be going through doors, you might be picking someone else's weapon up, but you're not doing much of it. Generally in Warzone I will have I think I have prioritise reload on. Because you do a lot of looting in Warzone, so you're constantly picking things up or getting in and out of vehicles, so you don't want to have to press and hold to get into a vehicle, press and hold to pick up a different weapon. You just want to tap it. And the idea with this is that if you are fully loaded, so your gun's fully loaded, and you tap, you will then interact, so you'll get into that vehicle or you'll pick that loot up. So that's why I do that way. Right, graphics. Safe area, depends on your TV. Brightness, probably have it around the middle. Colour customization up to you. Field of view, interesting, very interesting this. So I run it at 100. I'd highly recommend that you increase your field of view, because it means that your peripheral vision is larger, so you can see more enemies. The disadvantage is people seem further away, and it can have a performance hit, especially on older consoles. But this is something that previously was only really on PCs, but now we've got it great. I go with 100. Again, change it, stick with it, see how you feel, don't keep chasing it. ADS field of view is affected. Camera movement, I have on least. World motion blur, weapon motion blur, depth of field off. You want the game to look as crisp as possible. You don't want to be introducing any blur, because if you do, it means that you can't see enemies, especially if they're head glitching or they're hidden. Fidelity off. On-demand texture streaming, I have it off. That's because we don't have very good internet, but you know, if you've got a really good internet and an unmetered connection, then go for it. Audio, master 100, music volume down a little bit. Audio mix headphones, because I always use a headset. Voice chat off. Yeah, that's all normal. Interface, but the only thing that's different with the interface will be down the bottom is telemetry, where you can have your server latency and your packet loss shown. So this is up in the top left hand screen. And if you notice maybe you've been shot round a corner, or you seem to be losing some gunfights that you should be winning, have a look at your latency, see if you've got a long ping, which means that the lobby is a long way away and you're at a disadvantage. If it's not, if your latency is good and your packet loss is sort of 0, then maybe you just need to practice a little bit more. And that's it really. That's basically my settings. So hopefully that's useful. If it has been, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe, and I will of course see you again soon.